Now, all I gotta say to Aki is that you haven't been here for the rest of the matches really, but this is the 4th Oregon map we are seeing tonight.
Oh lordy lord, thank God.
All matches have been on Oregon, and it's like no one else wants to go to any other map. I swear everyone is scared, but these bans are gonna come in, and what are you thinking?
Well, we're talking about the first defensive ban. Now, we've seen it quite common, and it is immediately going to be removed. It's going to be the knock ban coming in immediately there. But for Oregon, you know we like to see it. You know we love to see it. Get that Flores taken out of here ASAP. And on the opposite end, obviously, you expect your Solus, you expect your Mirror to be quite the common bans, as well as the Valkyrie has been quite a common ban recently, especially for Kill Squad. But that's an interesting ban coming through. The IQ being immediately removed off the board.
That's one we don't see very often. IQ being banned by Kill Squad here, and if it's going to continue, I wonder what that defensive ban is going to be here. Maybe an Azami, maybe a Solus, but yes, the Azami is going to be the ban from Kill Squad there, and it's just left to Naughty Sausages for their final defensive ban, which will it be?
The good old Valkyrie. Hey, it's the Mirror. I got close. Regardless, the Mirror will be the one removed off the board. So once again, going into a normal sort of border setup, the Flores will be available for that bunker take, and you expect it to be used heavily, especially when they're trying to set up there. However, it looks like the good old Naughty Sausages, they're going to be playing kind of normal. They're going to be going back to normal sort of sites. Second floor kids, second floor dorms will be the first side of call, with the Solus being that operator that makes it through, as well as the Valkyrie. So both of those will be immediately picked up by the side of the defenders. Harry and Hale to pick that up. And on the opposite end, of course, the faulty, the good old Dokkaebi being brought into play by him. One operator that we've seen a lot more play on recently, especially with the utility that she can provide, the grenades that she has, and the good old utility of calling everyone's drones just to annoy them like any scam artist would do. Regardless though, it's going to be a very interesting sort of setup and a very interesting play coming in from both these teams. And I mean, you're talking about Oregon. It's a defender-sided map.
Well, I mean, it is a defender-sided map. We did see that in the last game, especially with the upset against Trident. There, they got 7 rounds, 6 rounds on defense there. But I'm liking the fact that, you know, the bans come through and they're utilizing the operators that were not banned, like the Valkyrie, like the Solus. They're bringing the Dokkaebi. As I say that, Life is going to take out Faulty on a spawn peak. And that is the Dokkaebi I was just talking about off the charts there. And that is going to be a 5v4 in early rounds.
And that's the easiest way to start the tiltation, is what I call it, for the side of Kill Squad. A little bit of issues, a little bit of problems, a little bit of mental coming into play for both of these two teams when it comes down to spawn peaks being played like that. But Faulty, he will be the man removed off the board as we start to see the good old chaos. They're going to slowly make their way up, and the first pick's going to come through. It's going to be Mallow. It's going to be a counter, and it will be him taken off the board, thanks to the watchful eyes of Mackenzie, as he takes 2. Hale is also going to be removed, so it leads it down to a 3v4. Multiple members still available for both these two teams, and I mean, you can already see how significant those 2 picks can be. It looks like Chaos, they're beginning to slowly make their push up. They need to be careful about this player on the hatch. Drones will definitely identify that, and I can guarantee that these teams, I mean, you've seen that the Blast Major is currently going on over in Copenhagen. Yes. I guarantee a lot of these teams have taken a lot of consideration, a lot of map control, and the same sort of stances that we've seen over there. The same sort of strategics, and I mean, we haven't seen too much of it yet, but I definitely think we'll start to see it throughout these games.
Well, I mean, especially when you have the Blast tournaments go on, and especially with like the Major happening, it gives teams an option, an idea of how people play, and give people an idea of what to try, new things to try that bigger, higher up teams have been practicing in this off season, I'll say, before the Majors. But either way, Mackenzie with the 2 frags to start that off with, huge. Turns into a 4v3 here, and we've just got everyone sort of holding right now. They have a minute left. They're trying to find where they're going to get these attacks through. They've cleared out this kitchen side, and now it is just... But the flash is coming out, but Harry M is going to take down Mackenzie. And then there we go. We're going to have Hills taking down Culture there, and it's a 3v2 situation right now. It's all held up on the double window here. The jump in goes from Rice. Rice gets taken down by Life, and is now just left to Ben. And Ben has to take on not 1, not 2, but 3 to get this game, this round, back in their grasp.
These situations always look almost impossible for a lot of these teams. They struggle to find a lot of these picks and a lot of these angles that these players seem to play on. But then again, you never count the good old Ben out. The main man that seems to have been absolutely doing the work for these teams. No utility for him at this current stage, but he can start to jump in, start to make himself a little bit of a threat. But Naughty are just going to counter it immediately. They will identify straight off the bat that he's making the jump in and pick him up successfully through the wall. Now, seeing in that first round, obviously we had picks back and forth at the beginning of the round. We had different sort of play styles being brought in from both of these two teams. Normally, Naughty Sausages, they're your rank star unit. They're expected to go for aggressive sort of plays, but they don't normally like to go for spawn peaks. And Kill Squad, they don't normally like to go for those quick sort of pushes, but especially against a team that you know are going to be your mechanical equal or difference. It seems like Kill Squad, they're looking to get a little bit aggressive on this game.
Well, I mean, it was just a bit of early aggression, like, wouldn't you agree? Like, you know, it's a first round, you know, you don't really expect a spawn peak on the first round in most cases. So getting that spawn peak out of the way just kind of put them off balance a little bit there. Even though you had Mackenzie getting those 2 good entry frags, taking out the kitchen players, and brought it back into a 4v3, it was still enough to, you know, maybe get the mentals a bit in the drain a bit. I don't think we're going to see another spawn peak here, but I would be excited to see one, not going to lie.
I mean, another spawn peak, you absolutely love to see it. And will we see it from Naughty? It worked the first round. Will it work again? That all depends on the way that they decide to approach this situation. It looks like maybe Hale will be the one to make that sort of spawn peak, but I guess most of the members from the side of Naughty are just going to be waiting for the push to come in from the good old Kill Squad. And we can start to see movements being made by themselves. Hale, or Halls, sorry, will look to maybe push back just a little bit as Mackenzie once again, the man that seems to love aggression from the side of Kill Squad, will start to make his way up. His first point of contact will be Hale, just sitting nice and close, and it looks like Mackenzie's not going to make his push up any further. But so far, I mean, look how much they've already succeeded in controlling. They've contained a lot of that first floor in towards the small side. You got members already upstairs from the side of KS, so they're already collectively droning out and clearing those sorts of areas. Now you just have to be careful about the players sitting downstairs all the way at the very bottom, or even Hills that looks to be getting a little bit aggressive. It looks like he's going to be going for some sort of attic play up the top there. Regardless, the rest of KS will start to make their way down, and they can begin to look at opening up a lot of these hatches, providing some sort of info, some sort of information that they can successfully push towards the site.
Well, yeah, you see that right there. They did a really good roam clear there. Nothing really came out. No gunfights. As I said, that culture taking a lot of damage there. But, yet again, Hills has dropped off to the side. So they have all this control, and it's all about figuring out that that is the case. Getting these hatches open, working out where they want to make this execute happen. And they've got a minute 15 to do it. It's enough time, but with nobody dead right now, you got to get a move on.
Well, you can already see it from KS. 65 seconds remaining on the board as they will begin to make their plays in. We know Kill Squad for this site. We know how well they can play it and shut down these angles. Mackenzie's going to be making his way forward. He knows that someone was on his close left, which was Hills. However, he has recently moved. Now, multiple players seem to be set up on the main stairs as well as the back and forth goes between Hills and Mackenzie. Hills will completely drop back and give them the full ability to make their roam there. Faulty sitting on the outside waiting for the calls to be made. Call is going to come in. It's going to be a big annoyance as now the first kill will come in. Mallows is going to be taken off the board. That's going to be Mackenzie to pick it up. Now there's 4v5. He looks to clear up the angles. Scotch is able to find one. Yours Life will not be able to find it. Correction, he'll be able to find Culture. Hill's able to find Mackenzie. Hill's able to find Ben and looks for a third. He will. Faulty able to find one, but it's immediately switched round. And holy switches as it becomes a round for the good old Kill Squad.
And for a minute there, honestly, I thought all Hills needed was a pistol. He was going off right there, but there you go. Kill Squad shut it down there. Get their first attacking win on the board. And they're going to be going back to this basement site. I mean, they did a good job. I mean, they wasted enough time. They took a long time. Both teams kind of did good entry, then also good roam. Like, they wasted, what, a minute 30 before they fell back to site. And then, you know, Kill Squad sort of had, like, about 30 seconds to maybe make the execute happen in the end. But, honestly, it's a close game so far. I'm liking it.
So far, these two teams neck and neck in their ability to pace each other. The only difference is one member from the side of Naughty Sausages seems to be absolutely online today. It is Hills, 5-1 for that man. It's not often that you see this in extremely high level play for people to be dropping such a significant amount of kills, but when you have a man like Hills on your roster, it's not a disappointment to see. It is absolutely incredible, and we expect a lot coming from him this game. Now, Kill Squad, they were able to take control of the last round. So they definitely are going to start feeling a little bit of a momentum and a bit of movement coming in from their side. So we know Kill Squad for being absolutely amazing for their downstairs takes. They just, they know exactly how to approach it. They know the strat that they need to play, and it seems to cause a lot of issues against a lot of OCE teams. But the question is, against Naughty, will it work 2 times in a row?
Well, I mean, Mackenzie and Culture obviously love being that entry sort of players. They love taking the map control. But as I'm seeing here, once again, Naughty Sausages aren't really doing anything to counteract this, like, quick entry. They're just, like, letting them have this map control for free. And they're kind of just anchoring onto the site. As we're going to see a little bit of shots out here, not going to find anybody. Mackenzie is going to pull out a nade and try and get the nade off here. And he's going to find Hale there, and Hale goes down early, and that is the perfect entry you want for Mackenzie there. 2 minutes left in the round, and they've already got the opening frag, and pretty much all players back onto the side as Hills will retreat down to that pillar area.
And that's what you want from Naughty Sausages. You need to be, I guess, putting your players onto the side as Mallows. He decides to get a little bit aggressive, and he'll be able to find some sort of trade-off onto Mackenzie there, and that's actually a big pick from the side of Naughty. Correction, from the side of Kill Squad. If they lose that pick, it's so significant because of his playstyle, because of his ability. Now they'll be able to start moving to open the hatches here, and they'll be able to get a little bit of, I guess, a little bit of structure in towards their strategy, in towards their playstyle. As it looks like Ben, he'll be the one trying to clear up a lot of these sections, a lot of these angles, expecting Hills possibly to be in that little corner, the good old Harry Potter spot. However, it all depends on the way that these two teams play. Yod's Life looking for someone on main stairs will not be able to find anyone just yet. And Culture sitting on this hatch. So with 50 seconds, they have a lot of movement. They have the ability to make some sort of plays, but it looks like it's mostly going to be a correction. It's mostly going to be a northern side push. The smoke looking to be prepped. He will actually spot the feet, able to spot him again. Tries to predict his position, but it's not going to be enough. Mallows is able to find the kill on a Ben. Now it all comes down to the bunch of flashbangs that is coming into play. But yo, it's Life. He is playing the man to counter. It is Warden Rice. Rice able to find yours Life. He will be able to find a second. Mallows going to be taken down. Fultz is able to find one on a Harry. It's all down to Hills. He's got exactly 10 seconds with the diffuser being planted. Needs to search for this diffuser plant. Doesn't know the player sitting inside of Freezer. Needs to clear it up, but he's immediately picked up. Rice able to find the kill. And ladies and gentlemen, Kill Squad will assume the lead.
I'm very impressed with Kill Squad there. That was almost like a down and out round for them. They had to really go for the drop there. They were pressured. They lost picks. It was a 2v4 situation, I believe. And then, you know, Rice and I can't remember who it was, to be honest. I think it was Faulty maybe. I'm not sure, but either way, they just kept composed there, and they took that round for them. It pretty much turned around. There was a definite loss for them, but definitely not. They ended up winning it.
And I mean, that's what you love to see for the side of Kill Squad. You love to see them absolutely. What?
little bit of damage taken out the Hale there with an impact. So
Hale, you need to hit your mark when you're throwing those impacts, my friend. Each bit of utility that you have is set up for your strategic. So I don't know if it's the best idea to be throwing it at yourself. Regardless, it's going to be very, very significant in how this next round goes. I mean, 2-1. Naughty Sausages being on the defense here. Two of the best teams in our competition. All depends on how they really operate. And for round number 4, it comes down to these 3 minutes to sort of signify how the rest of the game is going to be going.
Well, I mean, look, they've lost two rounds on the defensive side of Basement, so they're going back to a little bit of a comfort one where they won the top floor here. So it's going to be interesting how they hold this and how they attack this, as we're going to see Mackenzie not being in that entry player, bring out a Glazplick as Mallow is going to get aggressive and take down Faulty, and that Dokkaebi is gone once again on this top floor.
Well, the Dokkaebi immediately removed off 2 minutes and 25 seconds in. Oh, you cannot call it less than that. The man, the myth, the legend, good old Culture gets an amazing kill. Call the man warmed up, because he is looking like he's starting to be, as we start to see some movement from him. Drones will come in and allow him to make his push up, but that is a significant pick there. You're taking out the Valkyrie, no more Pulse Charge, or Nitro Cell, I should say, but on the opposite end, Mallow with the Nitro Cell still in play. Mackenzie, that is an operator you love to see him on.
Oh my
Yo,
God.
It's life, man. You've seen this man play. You probably watched the VODs. Come on. You cannot be peeking a glass.
And what's even better, it was the Warden that was the one that got picked off the smoke. He could use his gadget, as we're going to see Culture taking out Hale, and this is turning into a bloodbath really quickly. 4v2 there, aware the pings are going to come out, and he's already up the top of White Stairs. Well, if we know the ping will be told here. And the pick for Culture gets our heals, and then the refrag onto Mallow here. 3v1. Mallow has to go big here if he's going to get it down, but the plant is going off. Fire is already there. He cannot walk through that right now. And he's going to get the pings out for the first player. Gets our Ben on that pick right there. And now it's just a 2v1. And we've got the player pro, and he's going to see him. Surely he's going to see him. The feet. He's going to see the feet of Rice. And now it is a 1v1. And this is it. You got to go hard for the AC at the pre-fire. But no, Mackenzie on that Glaz will deny and win the round for Kill Squad there.
And I mean, Mellow's showing up well and well again in every situation that he tried to take there. He got 4 kills. That is almost the ace that he was looking for. Was able to see the head. Unfortunately, couldn't identify it and just got caught. Mackenzie throwing out a little bit of shade there, I believe. Trying to talk to the Warden of the opposite team. Yo, it's life, good old as it is. Regardless, though, now it begs the question. Kill Squad, they're currently... That's just rude, Rice. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Not one for Rice to be toxic, is it?
Yeah, it's very not. Regardless, he has been for a little bit when he decides to be. So it looks like this game, he's going to bring it out regardless. In this situation right now, we're looking at Kill Squad. They're on 3 kills. 3 kills, what am I saying? They're on 3 rounds, and on the opposite end, Naughty Sausages on 1 round. If Naughty Sausages cannot contain this round, it means immediately that Kill Squad have secured it for this part of the half. If they can get 4 rounds, they're in a really good position. Regardless, 3 rounds is good to be in as well. So, in this situation, with 2 minutes and 55 seconds, you can put everything on the back of a lot of your members, Naughty, but you need your strategies to come into play. Right now, Kill Squad are looking like their strategies are well prepped, are well ironed out, and all set up to completely dominate teams like this, especially Rank Stars.
Well, the one thing I'm seeing here is that they're going to these 2 designated sites, the downstairs floor, the basement floor, and then the top floor. They're not really willing to try anything new, like, you know, the meeting, the dining sort of holds. Like, they're not really, like, extending their holds there. They're just kind of going back to the 2 sites, and they're trying to, like, hope that they're going to get around here. I mean, it's 1-3 right now on their attack, and we know that Oregon is the defended side of the map here. So, right now, if you're Naughty Sausages, you really need to step your game up here and actually make a difference this round. It's this round or pretty much never in my book.
Well, 2 minutes remaining on the board, and oh no, that's not what you want to see. No, Kill Squad. Cultures.
It is what you want to see. It is what you want to see from Naughty Sausages. We need that aggression. We need that. You need that round back. You need to make something different.
Listen, I predicted Kill Squad, so leave me alone. Good old Culture.
I'm not biased.
Good old Culture was able to be taken out by, I believe, who was that? Was that Harry? Am I wrong? Am I confused? I believe it was Harry. Regardless, or should I say, however, new word for me, is able to pick up the kill nice and easy, as it looks like Ben will start to make his move up in towards attic. Members inside of the master bedroom need to be able to clear these angles. However, it looks like someone's actually going to be pushing around the back. It's going to be Hale who's able to find a kill on a Ben. I don't know how it was done, but it was well done on the opposite end. It was picked up immediately by Rice, who was able to find his kill on that section. Mallows able to get the kill using the shotgun. Hale will come in and take out Faulty for the double kill. And there it is immediately.
Well, this is the response that we wanted to see. I mean, I know you don't want to see it.
Maybe you wanted to see it, man.
No, see, I'm non-biased. I didn't have any predictions this week, actually. So I'm in for a good game. All I want to see is a good game. But there you go. The reaction that we wanted to see by Naughty Sausages, and I mean right there, was it Hale? It was just keep peeking him. Keep feeding him those picks in that attic hold. Like, he's just holding an angle and you're just going to keep peeking. He's going to keep tapping heads there. And that's what we'd like to see. But wait, hold up. Hold up. We're going to talk about it for a second. Faulty on the blitz and Mackenzie on the glass.
Well, as we love to say,
are we going to see this?
Rush, baby.
Rush, baby.
We love to see it coming in. Sometimes it works when the right teams are perfectly in position. And then, obviously, on the opposite end, some teams, it absolutely does not work. Yep. So it depends on the way that these two teams will go up against each other. So far, Kill Squad, it looks like they're kind of ready to make a rush sort of play straight into the site. They know that Naughty loves to play on their outsides or on the outside angles. So it depends on what they decide here. Right now, we can see that's not a lot of members. Normally, we see 4 or 5 being set up in this position, but it looks like they're planning to come in a little bit late. Faulty making slow movements up. Culture with the rest of his team. I take that back. Rice is actually there with them as well. So Mackenzie's going to be the one to kind of bait it all out. Bait that they're going to be trying to get on the roam and trying to get those roamers. Look at this already. Look at the position. When will it come? Kill Squad. Harry's able to find a very good kill, but that means that they're all going to be playing on the outside. And here we go. It's going to be opened up. Push is going to start to come to shove. Rice is able to find one onto Mallows. Second one's going to be spotted out. It's going to be Hills. It's able to be picked up. That is a huge kill from Faulty. Yours Life is able to find one onto Culture. As now we're down to 2 minutes remaining. Faulty keeping an eye on this freezer. It's going to slow down just a little bit, and that will give the call back to Naughty Sausages. Start falling back to site. We need as many members set back on the site as possible. Ben is going to be slightly pushed up with the Rice as well. And now the considerate thing, or the significant thing I should say, is the fact that if you look at Kill Squad, they've got a few members that have already been in a bad position and have received damage for that such situation. Rice looking to try and see if he can get a bit aggressive on Yours Light, but now they know the position of one player. They can look to try and make this plan work. However, they need to remove that player inside of Freezer. Furthermore, it looks like Rice is going to start to make his way up. Try and see if he can spot out this player sitting inside Freezer. Needs to find it soon. At the same time, Faulty, he can just make a slow push up. He can kind of cut off all of these angles. They'll begin to smoke off their attempt to plant, but Harry is not going to be able to hear anything just yet. We'll be able to spot out one, and it will not be the kill, as Ben's just going to take a little bit of damage. What has happened to be a rush is being completely turned around. Hale's able to find one. Faulty's on the look for the guy in Freezer. Rice looking to get a plant down as well. Can just try to actually plant directly on this door and essentially avoid any sort of plays coming from that Freezer. All depends. 30 seconds remain, and that's going to be Rice down. I think we're going to see a 3-3. Hale will come through and have the control, but that is that.
I mean, it was a broken rush in a sense. So you go for a rush, and you're ideally, the rush is trying to end the round as quickly as possible, as well as like getting into the building as quickly as possible. And it kind of like got stuck at a 3v3, and they were just stuck to that bunker sort of push. So they couldn't really make a move there. I mean, especially with Blitz being the third operator that they had up on the attack, couldn't really hold that angle properly for Freezer. So I mean, as well as being the low HP, it's not really. Yeah, it's not really too great.
Well, now we start to see the switch over. As
yeah,
you love,
just 3v3.
You love to see over on that side. I mean, we're talking downstairs. We're talking kill squad. It's a back and forth, Zach.
Yeah, well, I mean, it didn't look like a back and forth at first. It kind of looked like a killer squad fest, if you're asking me. But look, 3-3. I mean, that's a pretty. It's the best of the worst situation for Naughty Sausages here, especially considering that it is a defender-sided map here. But it's just about killer squad, whether they can actually match what like they were doing on the defense and even do anything better. See if their roam game can be any stronger here. But as we're seeing here, it looks like it is going to be a little bit stronger here, as we've got more operators upstairs holding them from taking that map control.
Well, as long as they've got operators upstairs, it will be a little bit more difficult. But as I say that, looks like a lot of members will be pulling back from that sort of section and that sort of area. There will be one still available upstairs, and I believe, who is that going to be up the very top? I don't think it's going to be Culture. I don't think it's going to be anyone. I make a mistake. It was Culture that I was looking at. So it looks like they're going to leave their members back on to the first floor. So now, immediately, look at that. Culture, Ben, looking to try and see if they can find any drones. Won't be able to find it just yet. And they'll leave Mackenzie on the upstairs. As now, the good old Naughty will start to make their slow push in, but look at this, they're just droning through. Hale's just trying to get as much info as they can, so it looks like they're going to be trying to push players in towards the sites as quick as possible. Ben will be able to find an amazing kill, easy hit onto the head, as now multiple members from the side of Naughty will start to worry about their exact position and where the good old members of Kill Squad will be playing.
Well, I mean, there you go. That's the opening frag for the defender side of there, taking out the Yamaru. And, like, I mean, Mackenzie's up here in, like, T2. And we've got Ben sort of holding that T1, just making their presence there still. But, honestly, their job's kind of done. He can kind of fall off here and allow them to do what they need to do. But you're just going to leave Mackenzie in that sole roaming position and allow him to waste even more time because they still haven't cleared him out here. They're just getting meeting control now, and they're just actually starting to work the hatches.
Well, it's starting to open up the hatches finally. They'll be able to find some sort of alternate direction to take their push into and through as a general whole. Regardless, though, Mackenzie getting caught out, so the drones must have been able to pick him up. Either that or it was something completely different. As I say that, Culture's going to be removed. Mallow says, listen, I'm ready to drop double digits here. Let me drop them. As now Nitro Cell will be put out. It will be available, but it's immediately going to be shut down. And now Faulty, he's in a good position as well. Ben needs to start making his way back towards the team. Mellow's going to take a little bit of damage. I believe that's from the Goyo charge that was still in play. Yo, it's Life able to find the kill onto Rice. 2 members of KS against 4 members. It's going to be a little bit weird. A little bit interesting. As Faulty, what are you doing? How did you not spot that member out? He's going to be able to find one. Brings the shotgun out, but is immediately picked up. Yo, it's Life will be able to confirm the final kill. As off the screen, another member of KS will be taken off.
I love that. A little bit of a diss towards Faulty. But either way, Naughty Sausages get that round. That's a good little solidify their sort of dominance on their attacking side. I mean, it didn't look that way in the start of the round. I think Mackenzie went a little bit too far. He went for a flank even though it was not really needed. There was only a minute left on the clock when he died. And he kind of just needed to sit back and hold that like T3, T2 side, and then that was all good really. But, you know, losing that pick originally, and then when walked down Freezer and losing another pick just turned from a 5v4 into a 4v3. And then the momentum completely switched. So if Kill Squad can just hold out there, you know, maybe not to get too greedy on their roams, it might be a little bit better. They think they can do that, so they're going to repeat this side again. So we'll see what they do differently here.
Well, 20 seconds remaining on the board as we start to see a bit of switch-ups coming into play. Mellows is going to be jumping over on to the Iana, as on the opposite end, Harry jumping on to the good old Habana. Hills jumping on to the good old Finker. I keep saying good old, but they are pretty old operators for a lot of us. Regardless, though, they will be brought into play for this round as we move into round number 8. And I mean, you said it yourself, right? Kill Squad, they've done so well to shut down a lot of the playstyles of Naughty Sausages and been able to find a few wins, especially during their attacking phase. But at the moment, it just feels like they seem to be struggling in the way that Naughty Sausages are currently playing. They just have the control a little bit better. And I mean, when you have a member like Mellows dropping 10 kills, it's pretty hard to kind of stop him.
Yeah, you're 100% right there. I mean, look here, we've got 2 minutes 20 left on the clock there. They're holding this little security area, and we're going to be holding top floor here with Ben, being a little bit of aggressive here. He's just looking for these drones like he always loves to. A bit of a lurking, a little bit of a rat little roam here. But as we're going to get the pings out for Mackenzie and the pre-fire onto Mallow. This is why these Vault cameras are awesome. And these are just... It's just incredible pre-fire there and incredible roam effort, as we still have 3 players on the roam and not really anybody to enter the building yet. And there's 2 minutes left down the clock.
Well, 2 minutes left. More than enough time for both of these teams to make their push. The advantage immediately going over to the good old people of Kill Squad. Now, that is a huge pick. That is Mellows taken off the board. The man that has been doing absolutely incredibly so far for the side of Naughty. KS are just looking to kind of even up the scoreboard at this current time. Harry's going to be able to find the kill on Defaulty downstairs. That's a little bit of an issue for the side of Naughty. They need to be able to continue this sort of pushing style. But Rice, his position, it is such a threat. Yours Life is going to start to predict it. Rice will be able to find one. His position now known. Player's going to start to push down. Right, Hale's going to take slight bit of damage, but it will be immediately removed by the Finker heal. As now the back and forth goes in. Culture needs to be able to pick up these kills, but look at Mackenzie. Look at the magnificent man coming in from the background. Will not be spotted. Hale able to pick it up, and that will be Hills beginning the plant. Harry will be able to find one onto Culture. Ben's able to find one onto Hales. Now it's down 2v1. It is still a doable situation. Util is starting to get a little bit low. I'm not sure it was the best idea to use that Goyo charge, but maybe to save himself the position. He's still got the SMG-11. May find one. It's going to be a knockdown, but that's it. Naughty Sausages will find their round number 5.
Oh my god, Mackenzie. He just got done by Hale. Hale just shut him down completely. That was incredible. I reckon that was was it a sound call or was it a ping? It was like a late call. Like that was all the way, it was insane. I mean, Mackenzie, that was the winning bit of the round there. Mackenzie kills that person, Kill Squad win that. Unfortunately, though, Hale turns around and just pops him, and that is amazing. That is amazing work. And now it's a 5-3, sort of like that 2 rounds off the match point. So they're kind of like in a bit of a comfortable seat here, and Kill Squad are actually the ones that need to pick their game up on the defensive side. And we are going to be seeing this top floor for the first time for them. They do not want to go back down to the basement, as it doesn't seem to be really good for their defending side.
Yeah, well, it looks like KS have now been able to identify exactly which site they would like to choose. The downstairs obviously doesn't work. They've lost 2 rounds. Make it 3 rounds looking for that downstairs sort of area, even attempting to hold in different positions, but it hasn't really worked out so far. So now it's time for a different site. It's time for a different hold, something that they know just as well, but in a different position. And now we can start to see the plays being made. At the moment, Naughty 2 rounds away from securing it all, from cutting it all off, and it all depends on how Kill Squad begin to make their movements, how they begin to make their playstyles. Mackenzie must know by now that he is going to have trouble making his movements around the map, and it just it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's been on that roaming, like that designated roamer, and he's struggled to this point to be getting those picks and like doing a successful roam, like successful to a point, but it's just the execute at the end, I think, that he's struggling with. But as we're going to see here, the double Rio onto that trophy wall, kind of not having header holes. It's kind of giving them that master control for free, I believe. But I mean, with Vault Cams, I mean, you can use C4 from below, but as we're going to see, we're going to have Ben playing inside of the meeting area, and we're going to have Faulty going down to the basement, I believe, as they're going to be getting that wall open there. And now they have that attic sort of control, or they can take that attic control there.
But right now, we can start to see beautiful Thatcher charge coming through right there. And it looks like Rice, who was trying to stop the opening on the right wall, was able to get one. Wasn't able to get the second. Hale able to pick up an immediate kill. That's Mackenzie being taken off the board. Huge play by him. As they will now look to move in towards the attic. Ben needs to be careful. Probably can be heard. I believe he will be by Hale. And Hale's just trying to figure out the exact position of where he heard that info.
Well, I mean, no one's on cams right now.
Ben, the back and forth will be spotted. Yo, it's Life is able to pick up culture, but Ben is able to find the final trade kill. Mallow able to pick up one onto Rice. Oh, no. And it all comes down to the two members. They're both off-site. This is not what you want to see from Kill Squad. You cannot have your members off-site as Mallows is going to be dropped down. Now it's down to two more members. Hales is able to find one under Ben. It's all down to Faulty, and he has 3 members to find. We'll spot the first, but it will be a trade once again. Naughty Sausages will take it into match point. And here we go. Round number 10. Kill Squad struggling out of the gate.
And I mean, according to the start of the game, I said, you know, well, I'm not really biased. I didn't have a choice of pick for this game. But a 7-5 is what I called it, and Kill Squad have yet to win a defensive round. They're match point for Naughty Sausages, and they're going to be going to that top floor again. Once again, we are seeing them go to those 2 sites, you know, the top floor and the bottom floor. They haven't really extended over to that, you know, that middle floor hole. So the first floor, like, you know, the meeting, the kitchen, the dining. So it's interesting the thought process here.
Well, that's as you see and as expected from both of these two teams. They bring the best play that we love to see in OCE. And we expect them to do really, really well. For match point, it's going to be a little bit difficult. KS have decided they're going to be going back upstairs, cutting off all of this position and all of these angles. You don't really expect them to be making huge plays at this stage in the series, but they definitely need one now. They're going to need a miracle as we end the preparation phase, begin the action phase. Naughty Sausages seeming like the ones in good control of this series so far. If the pre-fires come in, that might be it right there. Faulty able to be picked off, and immediately Naughty are in the advantage in this map.
Well, I mean, right there, you want to match aggression, but I mean, it's a bit difficult to match aggression in when you're 6-3 down, when this is match point. Like, it is going to keep them off guard, but you've done it before, and they're just going to expect it, and they're going to check those common spawn peaks, and Mallow is going to correct it and get him off there. But here we go, we are having Ben being the person at a T2. He's going to fall off and actually reinforce this off now, and he's going to give that spot over to the Amaru and let them have that T3, that T2 control, and just going to let it go. But as we see here, there's not really much roam happening, and they can kind of just take all the map control they really need to. I mean, they're going to be taking this armory. They're going to be just droning out this bottom floor, making sure no one's there. They're going to just walk up armory seconds. Looks like for free. And really, there's not much they can do to stop it right now. They've got Capcan traps. That's about it. It's not looking good for Kill Squad.
Well, Kill Squad seemingly having issues straight out of the gate. Rice in a very good position to try and counter anyone coming through that main wall or the secondary wall, as one will be spotted. Now he knows that the jump has been made. Culture's actually going to be taken out. Mallows is in. He will be spotted out, able to be taken down. Mackenzie's able to find Yours Life. So it's a 3-on-3 at this current stage. Ben looking to see if someone is on the close right. Will be spotted out. Hill's able to confirm the kill there. Now they'll start to make his way in. Hills with a huge pre-fire through the wall, able to find the one on Mackenzie. It's down to Rice, who's looking to get a little bit aggressive. Needs to be careful of the player picking it on the left side. Is able to find the one onto Hills. Now immediately take down. Hale able to find the kill. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Naughty Sausages will take the lead, and will take the lead in the standings as well. 7-3, as they will be the ones in good control for this entire series. And now, finally, will take the lead over good old Kill Squad.
Well, I mean, it was definitely not what we were expecting, and a bit more than what I was expecting. I mean, a 7-3 to Naughty Sausages is very impressive. And, you know, Kill Squad just didn't look exactly like the team that we have seen in the recent past. And, I mean, props to Naughty Sausages. I mean, they didn't look so strong in the start, and they kind of just flawless them on their defensive, on the attacking side for Naughty Sausages there. But, yeah. I'm not really sure what to think about that, to be honest. What are your thoughts on it, Tiaki?
Well, I mean, you look at Kill Squad, right? They played exceptionally well in their beginnings. They had the control. They had the attacking phase. They knew exactly what they were doing. But this is the common Kill Squad that we seem to be seeing in day after day. They seem to struggle on their strategies. They seem to struggle on their defensive halves. They really just struggle on that cut down and on that control in those sorts of areas. However, on the opposite end, let's talk about it. You gotta give it to the good old Naughty. They had the control. They had the players that they need. They were making the aggressive players, the spawn peaks coming in back and forth. And I mean, on the opposite end, it was just Naughty's game from the beginning. They struggled a little bit. They had a little bit of trouble, and you could tell that they were definitely... they were not really there for a lot of it, but when it came down to the final result and when it came down to the change in halves, they definitely had control. Regardless, it looks like we will be getting a member from Naughty in shortly, but I mean, both of these two teams, they've been absolutely exceptional. What do you think?
Well, man, you're right. They were exceptional there. They really just blew them out. As you said at the start of the game, they just didn't seem like they were really dominant at all or anything. And then towards the end, they just literally attacking flawless them. And that's just what we want to see, especially on a map like Oregon, where it is defender-sided. And honestly, for Kill Squad, all you can just do is, you know, watch it back, have a look, and just, you know, recorrect what you were doing. You know, you did wrong there.
Well, I mean, at the moment, for Naughty Sausages, we have a member being brought in. He's absolutely legendary. You've got to show some absolute love to him. It is good old Mello, who has unfortunately decided to never mind. He's back. He's returned.
Yeah,
good
back.
Old teammate. How are you doing on this fantastic evening?
Oh, wonderful. Amazing.
Well, let's talk about it, my friend. You played an exceptional match right there. You dropped double digits, as we expect you to do. But against a team like Kill Squad, did you expect to be doing so well?
No, but, you know, we did practice quite a bit just for this team.
Yep.
Mainly this team, only this team. So,
okay.
we sort of come in hot. Obviously, Chef Jeff coached us the last 2 weeks. You know, he's given us strats. He's been teaching us well. Obviously, if you can tell by our game style, that's style it is. It's just the Chef Jeff special.
Well,
Chef
consider
Jeff special we love to see.
Well, there you go. Chef Jeff special we love to see. However, I don't really know how that could have helped you. I'm kidding, but regardless, I'm kidding.
I don't know if that's a insult to Chef or me.
A little bit of a jab on Chef. Regardless, in that position at the moment, Mellows, you were absolutely incredible that match. Obviously, you guys have said that you were able to train and prep for a match like that. Now, knowing your competition, knowing that this moves you up a position in this competition, what does that mean for you? What do you expect for the next few weeks? How problematic is it going to be to hold the current position that you're in and even further move through the positions that you're currently being given?
Just keep playing how we're playing, honestly. Like, so far, team chemistry, obviously this has been a new team, pretty much put together 5 minutes before the tournament's made. So, just working with chemistry, working out different ways we can play with each other is definitely key. Other than that, I think just keep what we're doing. Don't change anything, we should be alright.
Well, I mean, you're definitely doing really well. I mean, you're 4-1 for the season, and I mean, you're definitely showing that you are a contender in this race to win this league. So, I mean, putting together a team with what, just before the tournament starts, you've done a really great job, and it's really great to see.
Cool.
Well, I have one more question for you. Do you have anything to say to your fans, to the amazing people out there that absolutely love and enjoy your playstyles and the way you play? Do you have anything to say to them, Mello, before you jump off?
Not really. Just thank you. You know, if you do support us, you know, it's a bit interesting, but there you go. At least we're winning.
There you go.
Well, we love to see it. Thank you so much for coming along with us, Mellows. We absolutely love to have you here. So, ladies and gentlemen, regardless of the end result, 7-3 is the scoreline for Naughty Sausages versus Kill Squad. But regardless, Zach, want to know something amazing?
What's amazing? Tell me.
We still have one more game to go, and it is Altered Edge versus NDE. It will be an absolutely incredible match. We're going to go to a short break, and we will see you guys very, very soon. See you guys in a minute.
See you, boys.